What if I told you that some of the greatest singers, bands, and jazz musicians you've ever heard never really existed? That's the magic of cinema, creating artists so believable that they live on in our memory like real legends. Today, we dive into the fascinating world of fictional solo musicians, icons born not from record labels, but from the silver screen. And trust me, some of their stories sound just as real and just as messy as the lives of actual stars. Stick with us, because the deeper we go, the harder it gets to separate fact from fiction. We start with Bad Blake, the washed-up country singer from Crazy Heart. Played with heartbreaking honesty by Jeff Bridges, Blake is the kind of man who's been through too many bars, too many broken stages, and too many broken hearts. Bridges didn't just act. He sang the songs himself, earning an Academy Award for Best Actor. But Blake's story echoes another legendary fictional musician, Mac Sledge from Tender Mercies, 1983, played by Robert Duvall. Like Blake, Mac is a weary country singer fighting for redemption. Only this story came decades earlier. Duvall actually co-wrote and sang some of the songs himself, bringing authenticity that earned him an Oscar as well. Two films, two country legends who never existed, and yet they feel like they're part of the real history of American music. It's almost as if Blake picked up where Mac left off, proving that sometimes fiction keeps the music alive even when reality fades. From country grit, we shift to the glamorous and tragic world of Stars Born, a tale retold across generations. Janet Gaynor and Frederick March in 1937, Judy Garland and James Mason in 1954, Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson in 1976, and most recently, Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper in 2018. The core story remains the same: the rise of a new star as another fades into the shadows. Each version mirrors the era it was made in, but always hits the same emotional truth. Fame comes with a price. And if you think you know this story, think again, because every generation finds a new way to break our hearts with it. Now, speaking of heartbreak, let's talk about Mary Rose Foster, better known simply as the Rose. Played by Bette Midler in 1979, she was a rock diva at the peak of her fame and at the edge of collapse. The character was heavily inspired by Janis Joplin, though officially not based on her. Midler's raw, electric performance earned her an Oscar nomination and cemented the Rose as one of the most powerful portrayals of self-destruction in music history. It's no coincidence this feels real, because it nearly was. Then there's Jimmy Barabbit Smith Jr. from 8 Mile. Eminem essentially played a version of himself, channeling his own struggles into a story of rising from nothing through sheer lyrical firepower. The film gave us Lose Yourself, which became the first rap song to ever win the Academy Award for Best Original Song. When fiction and reality blur this much, you have to wonder, is it even fiction anymore? Of course, not every music story is about tragedy. In Music and Lyrics, 2007, Hugh Grant plays Alex Fletcher, a washed-up pop star from an 80s band clearly inspired by Wham. When paired with Drew Barrymore's quirky lyricist, they create a hit that could stand beside real radio singles of its time. The film satirizes the music industry, but also gives us legitimately catchy songs, proof that even a romantic comedy can birth a believable music legend. And on the flip side, Popstar, 2016, brought us Connor For Real, played by Andy Samberg. A parody of modern pop egos like Justin Bieber, Connor's over-the-top career implodes in hilarious fashion. The Lonely Island filled the film with full-length songs, music videos, and guest appearances that blur the line between comedy sketch and genuine pop stardom. It's so absurd, yet so close to reality, you might just check Spotify to see if Connor For Real has a new single out. Now let's strip things back down. Begin Again, 2013, gave us Greta James, played by Keira Knightley, an indie songwriter rediscovering her voice after heartbreak. Paired with Mark Ruffalo's down-on-his-luck producer, the film reminds us that sometimes the most powerful music isn't found on big stages, but in city streets, rooftops, and quiet corners. And yes, Knightley really sang all her songs. It's not just a story, it's a love letter to the act of making music itself. Jazz gave cinema some of its richest fictional legends. In Round Midnight, 1986, Dexter Gordon plays Dale Turner, a character inspired by real jazz greats like Lester Young and Bud Powell. Gordon's authenticity was so moving it earned him an Oscar nomination, blurring the line between role and reality. Then came Emmett Ray in Sweet and Lowdown, 1999. Sean Penn portrayed this chaotic guitar genius, self-proclaimed second greatest in the world after Django Reinhardt. The film, directed by Woody Allen, unfolds like a documentary, with interviews and anecdotes, making us wonder if Emmett might have actually existed. Penn's performance was so convincing, it scored him an Academy Award nomination. And finally, Mo Better Blues, 1990, with Denzel Washington as Bleak Gilliam, a trumpeter torn between art and personal life. Where Dale Turner gave us melancholy and Emmett Ray gave us eccentricity, Bleak Gilliam gave us the burning passion and conflict of a true jazz man. 3 films, 3 jazz giants who never lived, but whose music echoes as if they had. So there you have it. From country ballads to jazz improvisations, from pop anthems to hip-hop battles, cinema has given us musicians that feel as real as any name on the Billboard charts. They win Oscars, they sell us songs, and they live in our playlists, even though they were born on screen. Which of these artists felt most real to you? Did you ever catch yourself wishing you could buy their records or see them live? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear which fictional musician stole your heart. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the magic of movies. Because here at Mr. Smithy, the love for movies never dies.